And I am live. That's right. I am riding solo for this particular live stream. Unfortunately, Shane is not able to participate in this one. Some things came up, and so he got a little too busy. So things happened. So we promised a stream. We'll do a stream. And here I am to do that hard stream just for you guys, our dedicated 15 people that always come in this thing right away. So it's going to be kind of odd going solo on this one, but I will do my best, and I will need everybody in the chat to help my dumb ass out get through this little stream, I guess. So what's up, Fury of Firestorm, Men in Tights podcast, Marcus Jenkins. What's up, Shadow Vessel, Robbie Monroe, all you guys, what's up? Yep, writing solo for this one. As you can also see, got some Comic Movie Marks merch here. I'm actually looking at my webcam right now, and I'm realizing I don't think this webcam can handle the color green, because this is supposed to be green. And to me, it looks awfully gray. So this actually looks pretty freaking hilarious. So, yep, it's a new design, somewhat new design, new colors anyway, we got here. And hopefully we'll get a better picture for you today on that one. But, man, without Shane here, this I don't know how Film Junkie does this shit by himself sometimes. Oh, it looks light blue? Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. In mine, it kind of looks gray. It's supposed to be green. It's supposed to be lantern colors. The funny story, the funny story about this logo is that it's our logo, and the color scheme was when we originally had this logo done. We came to the conclusion of doing two colors. I'm a Lantern fan. I asked for Lantern colors. Shane is a Superman fan. He did very Superman colors. Now, the only reason why I even conceded to this instead of doing the green was that I felt this logo popped out more and was more recognizable. And it stood out more when you're looking at watermarks for sure. So compared to this one, which is much more darker, kind of a nightfall one. So but now we're putting it on some merch because I think it honestly looks better on merch than the other one. So, all right, guys. Yeah, I thought it was blue. Hey, what's up, Craig? Good old Mr. Craig. God, this stream's going to suck because I can already tell how this is going. It's hard to transition when you can't bounce off of Shane. Where's Shane? Just like the horse in that movie I can't even think of right now. Come back, Shane. Now, Shane was he's unfortunately not able to be here tonight. He is busy. Something came up, so he's unable to join me for this one. So, like I said, I got to go solo on this one. Promised a stream, got to do a stream. So, yeah, Nightfall merch. There we go. Do I play video games? I play a video game maybe once a year. Depends on the game. It really does. And it depends on a lot of factors. But I play some, but I'm not heavily into it. Is Shane camping? No, he is not. He is enjoying the glories of family and the busyness that comes with that. And the craziness with that. Oh, John Aaron Garza is here. I'm watching in spirit. Love you, homie. Oh, little kiss. Oh, man. Well, that actually helps me out because we're also going to talk about Justice Con here a little bit. Some people have been asking us in comments and everything, like, are we going to be part of Justice Con in any way? Well, we will be on Dave the Film Junkies stream tomorrow, and we're just going to roll right into Real in Motion's John Eric Garza and Mr. Ben Everett's stream as well. So we're going to be on back-to-back streams. Ooh, crazy. That's a lot of Comic Movie Mark streaming right there. Probably too much for a lot of people. Shane, the final stroke. Yes, he has finally hit that edge, and that's probably the reason why the internet was just too much. Couldn't handle it anymore. That Justice League art up there looks great. Man, you can see that? Wow. Man, everybody's eyes are a lot better, or this camera looks a lot better than it does to me. I've been debating on getting something better than a little webcam. But actually, StreamYard can only do 720p, so I don't know if it would even matter if I got something better. Vodka stream tomorrow is going to be bananas. Hell yeah, BANANANAs. Yeah, what's going to happen with Justice Con? Yeah, that's going to be crazy. I'm also going to talk about the Zack Snyder interview with Grace Randolph. I'm going to talk about that one as well, but I want to stick on the Justice Con things for that. Clip from Snyder tomorrow. Yeah, you know he is. I mean, that interview. Yeah, he's doing something big. Speculation on what could be in that clip. I don't know. I've heard a couple things. I don't know. It's interesting. I don't know. I mean, there's so many possibilities he could do. He's already shown. So he showed a young Darkseid, and he showed Wonder Woman. So what other things could really bring in the mainstream audience? Because as much as this is for fans, this is also going to be put out there, and it's got to also draw the casuals. So the things that to me that come to mind for casuals is Black Suit Superman, some kind of image, maybe First Flight 2.0. I'm not sure. We'll see what happens with that. I'm not even sure if Flight 2.0 would even be in Snyder's movie. That might be something he changes, but I'm because maybe it kind of rushes the hope and optimism a little bit. So it would be an interesting thing. OG Steppenwolf reveal. I've heard that one. Man, if they show him staying to Desaad, the no protectors, no lanterns, no Kryptonians line, no protect, all that stuff. If then they have the old design talking like the Desaad, and Peter Guinness is our Desaad, that would be great. But that would be kind of great for us. And so I don't know if Zach is going to go for Zach. I'm saying it by his first name. If Mr. Snyder is going to go for mainstream appeal or fan appeal, or strictly the people that want his cut that push so hard. A Steppenwolf design reveal, the new one, the OG one anyway, would be definitely in our favor. But mainstream appeal, I think he would go for Black Suit Superman. So it depends on what he's looking at. So maybe Black Suit Superman gets used for DC fandom, and maybe an OG Steppenwolf reveal for us here for Justice Con. That would be pretty sweet. And I think he's going to have a couple surprises. So I wouldn't be surprised if people join him on this one for sure. Some more, more than just Henry Cavill this time. I wouldn't be surprised if more people from the Justice League join him as well. Okay, so back to Justice Con. But yeah, we will be part of that stream, and check out, I know the listings for the actual streaming that's going on afterwards, after the big players do their stuff. I know that's kind of been it says we're going to be on Sunday with Real Emotion. It's Saturday, so that one's definitely wrong. That one's getting a little funky, but definitely check out the listings. I mean, we got Jay Oliva, Fabian Wagner, obviously Zack Snyder himself. We got many others being part of this. It's going to be insane. This whole thing is going to be insane, and it's great that it was put together by fans, the nerd queens, and really put it together. And the fact that they were able to pull the resources together to get all these people to join. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. And with all the Comic Cons and everything, we have a Justice Con. That's it's quite a spectacle, and it's going to be crazy tomorrow, because we're going to be doing back-to-back streams, and we're just going to be fucking going nuts, going bananas. Probably, yeah, life is kind of crazy right now, so I'll probably watch whatever comes out later on Twitter. Yeah, I mean, obviously the Justice Con YouTube page, because that's where you're going to have to watch this stuff. You're not going to be able to watch it on Dave the Film Junkies channel. You're not going to watch it on the Real Emotion channel. They have their own YouTube page, so make sure you subscribe to that, to the Justice Con. That's how you'd be able to see all this, because it's not going to be on the actual participants' channels. So make sure you go to that and subscribe. They've already got the live feeds up, and they're just sitting there waiting. They're waiting to be filled any minute now. And so Uh, yeah, I'm waiting on 5:30 p.m. period Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, that I believe that is Mr. Snyder himself's time. it's it's gonna be it's gonna be crazy because it's supposed he just kind of he's gonna go as long as he wants. He's gonna start at one point and then he's gonna it just says Film Junkie's stream just starts when he's done, when Zack Snyder's done. So literally Film Junkie gets to go on right after Snyder. So he's going to smell the seat, smell the page, all that stuff, and stuff like that, because that's just crazy. And just whenever Snyder, whenever he feels like he's done, he doesn't want to do it anymore. But he's already done a 3-hour commentary with us. Maybe we'll get another time to see him get up and go to the bathroom again. Matt, will you get drunk? I'm probably going to have to. I think that's probably going to be a guarantee. Yeah, that's a very high likeliness. Yeah. Waiting to be filled, Fairy Firestorm. What do you think a surprise announcement will be? Be creative for fans, the names, videos, and blue credits on the Blu-ray. I don't know if you go that far. That would be tough. I think that would be tough because this is still... There's still DGA, there's still guild rules, not just directors guild, but there's actors guilds and stuff like that, writing guilds. I don't know if like this, I wouldn't really consider this so much like one of those GoFundMe's and stuff like that, where they put the fans that submit money into the credits. That would be kind of tough. I don't know if he would. There probably would be a big thank you, obviously, to the fans when this stuff gets going, but I don't know if that would ever actually happen. Some of the streams overlap. I think Fatal and Film Gob are on during the... Is that true? Because they're all on the same page. They're all on the same channel, so I don't think they could overlap. I don't know. I didn't... like I said, some of those cards that have been put out, like the little, like when things are happening and the times and everything, they've been a little wonky on some of them. There's definitely huge typos and shit like that. So I wouldn't go completely I wouldn't go completely off of some of those. Just kind of this is what I was wondering. Okay, 2-hour mandate for all streams. Dude, hopefully there's a mandate on some of these things on how long they can go, because we're going to do 2 back to back. So, that's why I'm saying I'm going to probably have to get drunk. I don't know. And probably take some uppers at the same time. That way I can get through this shit, because it's going to be tough. And this damn chair that I'm sitting on doesn't want to cooperate. So, Justice League 2 or nah? See, I would say probably not. I don't think he wants to put too much of his eggs in the basket quite yet. That is going to be completely determined by the success of Zack Snyder's Justice League. When the numbers come in about that and whether or not it's a success and stuff like that, I think that's when it'll start fulfilling and start coming about. It'd be really tough for me to believe that they're willing to put into the project already. I mean, unless they're just so gobsmacked by what they've seen and they're sure there will be a straight success no matter what. Possibly, maybe, but I don't know. I don't think so. Shane got locked in his car. Yeah, he got locked in his car. The only fucker to do that would be Shane, to get locked in his goddamn car. You know what? when it comes to driving, Shane is quite a phenomenon. You have no idea. Didn't they do that for Lord of the Rings, putting fans' names in the credits? If they did, I don't know. I do not know. That'd be, if they did, that'd be fucking crazy. That'd be really cool if they did that. It'd just be kind of weird. Like, whose names do you put in? Because there's so many anonymous people. I guess you would have to send in your name, submit it or something to WB or to somebody, to Zack Snyder, to who? Who do you do that to? Just give your information to, or your name, or your Twitter handle, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. That'd be kind of weird. I don't know how you would quite pull that one off. What do you think the clip will be about? I kind of already said this, but I have a feeling. I don't know. I said earlier, if he's going for more mainstream appeal, it's going to be Black Suit Superman pick clip, and if he's going to more impress the people that have been fighting for his cut, that want to see the big difference in his cut, I think the redesigned Steppenwolf would be the big reveal, and possibly saying the no protectors, no Kryptonians, no lanterns line. That would be a lot. That would make a lot of sense to me. This is where I need Shane to talk. How do you get locked in your car? You clearly have not watched enough of our streams. You have not seen Shane. This guy, he does the most amazing things that you'd be surprised on what he does with a car. I've seen a lot. James Cameron is an overrated director. How does it have much pull in the street? You know what, Marcus? You got some interesting thoughts there, man. I would probably say because he's made more money than any director ever. That'd probably be the reason why. And that would be the reason why the industry loves him so much. When you have two movies that have been in the top grossing movies of all time, like Titanic and Avatar, I think a lot of people are going to listen to you. Yeah, see, exactly. Tickle the pickle on the Desaad reveal. I would enjoy that. And I would like to see what this design of the OG Steppenwolf would be. Because, or what, I'm assuming, a lot of people assume that he'd be going to the BVS one or some of the other concept art. So I assume for continuity-wise, we would stick with what we saw in BVS. Because that's kind of what makes sense. So that design, but how does that design look not in like a holograph or whatever that is, holographic form or whatever the hell that is? How does that actually look in real design? So I'm curious to see what that is. Exactly. One word, billion. Did you hear about John's trying to be an a-hole again? At first I read that be in a hole. I was like, wait, he's in a hole? Why is he in a hole? Is this like Dark Knight Return? Or wait, no, whatever. The last oh my god, why am I blanking out? Dark Knight Rises. There we go. Rise. Anyway, a-hole. Yeah. And I heard what Garza said too, and I kind of heard the same thing from other people as well. That, there's, and you could tell when you see certain scoopers, you could tell when they start putting out information, like when they start saying that he's not doing additional photography. That's clearly a sign that there's still people with vendettas in WB against Snyder. They don't want this thing to be seen, and they're going to push, and it's just this childish high school mentality. And the way that, Jeff Johns still has a little bit of pull when it comes to DC characters, especially ones like Green Lantern with that HBO Max series and stuff like that. It's a tough. I don't know. It's a tough thing to think that, people should just let things go. It's already, it's coming out. Let it go. Just give it up already. But there's people that just want to make sure that they fucking get their 2 cents in, that their opinion matters in this goddamn industry. And unfortunately, Hollywood is just so goddamn toxic that it's just, Lightcast Richard Citrone interview was quite interesting. I've seen actually Richard Citrone doing interviews with everybody. Like, there was a channel only had like 90 subscribers and got an interview with him. It was kind of funny. I don't know. It's like he must be bored or something's going on. Because everybody's been able to get an interview with him. He still would deny us though. All right, I guess I'll jump right into this because this is one of the topics I had planned. So the Grace Randolph, man, did Grace Randolph land the interview of the decade? She got Zack Snyder's first interview in 4 years, live interview. Now we know Sean O'Connell of Cinema Blend did an interview with him for the book, but then obviously hasn't been released yet. So we don't know really of anything what was said. But she got the first interview that was published in 4 years with Zack Snyder. At that, whatever I don't know what your opinions on her is. I really don't. I think she's just in the game, and whatever she can do to garner attention and how she does it is just the way she does it. That's why her channel is so big and her following is so big. But it's a slightly awkward interview because that delay when it comes to when you're doing something on the internet, that delay, and so people start talking over each other. I always find that so uncomfortable because there's like what and that delay just kills interviews sometimes. But I think she did a great job, and I think she was nervous, which I find is kind of funny. She was nervous to be talking to Zack Snyder, and who knows what he's going to say. Who knows what he's going to put out there right in front of her if there was going to be any kind of teases or anything like that right there. Because it's Snyder. He's unpredictable. He could just drop something at any moment. And he could just say something and she would be like, shit, and doesn't even know what to say. But with her interview, I thought some of the takeaways I have from that is when he's now... I know people have asked him questions, but he's never actually explicitly stated. But now that he's actually explicitly stated the Snyderverse, I thought was hilarious. And he starts talking about the DC multiverse, which again leads up to those Flashpoint rumors, what's going to happen, and what we've been talking about, what the Flash is going to do is create multiple universes. Now, we're going to have Earth 1, Earth 2, Earth 3, whatever, Earth 89, Earth this, Earth 69, whatever you have. We're going to have multiple universes again. And Snyder brings that up, that DC is known for having multiple universes. So obviously he's in the know because what he's doing, and there's going to be the HBO Max Snyderverse. They're going to do that. And I thought he kind of just confirmed that DC is going into a multiverse. He confirmed that on there to me anyway. That's how I looked at it. And I thought that was awesome that he just confirmed that if the Snyderverse continues, it's going to be its own universe. It's going to be its own thing. So, yeah. And then this was another thing, Matt, do you like Evil Superman? So they talked about the Evil Superman thing kind of going back and forth. And I thought, I don't know, I mean, I read the Injustice comics, or I at least read year 3. I think that was the last one I read. I didn't make it the full 5-year span that it is because it started getting a tad bit repetitive to me. So I did kind of poop out at year 3. I should pick it back up and start reading again. But I like the Injustice series. I really do. I really like that Superman has a breaking point. And he eventually he's human, even though he's Kryptonian, he's still got a human upbringing, and he breaks. He's not Spock, he's not a robot. He feels things. So I do like the fact that it can plunge him into a darkness. And I think that also gives the League something to fight against as well, something to go against, because as we've seen, Superman's just super overpowered. So if he's on your side on the League, it can kind of, I don't know, it can kind of lead up to some issues where people are like, well, why do you need the League anyway? A couple other things from that interview that I took away also was that Ben Affleck, he loves Ben Affleck, which I wouldn't be surprised if maybe someone like Ben Affleck would be on there tomorrow. I don't know. Maybe he'll be promoting something, but it's everything he said in there was just kind of interesting, honestly, with Grace. I love reading Injustice. This is a Superman I can get behind. How far did you make it? Did you read the whole series? Did you read the whole thing? Because after the Constantine part, that's when I kind of that's kind of when I started filtering out, the magic part of it and everything. That's kind of when I started petering out a little bit, and I didn't get past that. No, I did not see that. I did not see that at all. Spock has feelings. He has a breaking point. Take that back. And the J.J. Abrams ones he did. That's for sure. But also in that Grace Randolph interview, he talked about some of the surprises for Justice Con. And she actually promoted Justice Con, which, again, a fan-made Comic-Con is getting promoted on a big channel like hers by a big director. And that was another thing I thought was great, when she's like the most talked about director in Hollywood. Because really, he kind of is. Like, his name is frequently out there. And I thought it is crazy that she got this interview. So it shows that she does have connections. If you don't think she's right on some things, when it comes to Snyder things, I would probably listen to her a little bit more. Really? All those old news? So you got to year 4, planning to get year 5 to complete the edition? Yeah, I should really jump back into it. I really need to jump back into it because it was interesting, but I just kind of felt like it was falling into a pattern. They trapped Superman. They almost got him. They're almost about to beat him, or they're about to diffuse the situation, and then something goes awry. And it was like 3 years of that, and that same pattern kept going over and over again. And I was just like, okay, I think they're running out of ideas, and they're just running through the gambit of DC characters, and they're going to run out pretty soon. Snyder didn't seem too keen on discussing Army of the Dead in the interview. Some issues behind the scenes, maybe. I don't think there's any issues behind the scenes. I think the thing is, and I heard this on a podcast with Eric Bischoff. If anybody doesn't know who that is, he was the former president of WCW during the time in the 90s when WCW was around, a wrestling organization. And right now he's best friends with Hulk Hogan. And right now Netflix is working on the Hulk Hogan biopic with Chris Hemsworth. And he was talking about how Netflix loves to control all form of marketing, and that they want to distribute the movie and handle the marketing for the movie themselves. So I think this is the one time where it's kind of been, I don't want to say taken out of his hands, because he obviously puts set photos up and everything. But I think with Army of the Dead and Netflix and how they're handling it, I think it's kind of like it's going to just be short notice. It's going to be 2 weeks, 2 weeks before out, and they'll do a screening, or not screening, excuse me. They'll do a trailer. And I thought maybe they were going to try to go for the theater experience with this one, but the way things are going right now, they're probably just going to give up on that, and they need the content for the streaming service. I mean, just look what they did. They got that Ryan Reynolds movie. They picked that up, which I find fascinating. That Netflix is just on fire right now. Their numbers are skyrocketing. And now any studios that just want to dump off any IPs that they finish because they don't think they're going to get it in theaters, they can dump it off to Netflix. And Netflix has the footprint in the world market, because they're all over the world, to distribute these movies. It's fucking crazy how Netflix was built for this particular situation that we're in 2020. It's just crazy how it is. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I'm reading these. And again, Shane's not here to bounce off and fill in some parts. Any chance that there'll be a SnyderCon Part 2 in Pasadena when COVID passes? Maybe the fan screening of JL. He talked about it. He hinted towards it when we went to SnyderCon last time. He hinted towards showing a movie that you've never seen that people have never seen before in that theater when it gets all redone. I wouldn't be surprised at all if he does do something like that. I heard Netflix secretly with this stuff. Whenever they greenlit something, will get canceled. Yeah, and now I'm starting to realize also what you're talking about. Some of the behind the scenes stuff. There is that Chris D'Elia stuff. Yeah, that's. I don't know what they're gonna do with that. That could take some rework. Some roto brush, some cropping them out. I don't know. We'll have to see what that happens. But I mean, the idea, I think, would be to release it in October. You release a zombie movie in October around Halloween. I think that's the idea. I don't know if it'd be a great Christmas movie. Maybe a good Easter movie. I don't know. Hi, Matt. Good to be here. Glad that you are here, my friend. Rolling again. Yeah, I'm rolling solo. So this is actually much more difficult than I thought. I thought I could do this no problemo, but this is much tougher than I thought to do this by myself because I'm trying to read these comments. It's trying to stay on topics and also try to be somewhat entertaining without hemming and hawing so goddamn much, but I keep doing that anyway. So I am definitely trying to adjust things as I go here. That's the ultimate question. That is the ultimate question, my friend. That is, with that storyboard that got put out, and I guess leaked or whatever, does it shows the cliffhanger. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know if he's going that far back or not. If he's going that far back, maybe he makes some adjustments to kind of make it where it could be an ending, but also give it a chance to go into Justice League 2. I don't know. If he goes off a cliff ending and then they don't want to do any more Justice League, yeah, that's tough. Yes, I am rolling Han Solo, dude, every morning and evening and afternoon. I'm running out of other times. Oh, I'm doing great. Yeah, man, you got low expectations, my friend. This is a struggle. So my other topics here, if I remember right, was obviously today was Thanks Batfleck. Hashtag Thanks Batfleck. And a lot of people were kind of wondering what this was all about. And, again, things down the rumor mill, down what you're hearing here and there and stuff like that is that Batfleck is on the fence right now if he really wants to continue donning the cowl in any way. Obviously, he'll do the reshoots or additional photography for Zack Snyder's Justice League, but will he continue beyond that point? That's the question. And I think what a lot of people are trying to do is drum up some fanfare for him. Thank you, Affleck. And I think that's what I think that's what the big deal is for that, is that they're trying to get him back in this little mix and everything like that, trying to show that he's appreciated, even though he should know by now that he's appreciated. And I think it was crazy today. It hit over 50K off of something that was kind of last minute. Again, the power of the fandom, the movement, whatever you want to call it on Twitter, to organize something and just nail it out of the park a lot of the times, I think is great. To get it trending, I think is a great it's really awesome how well mobilized people can get. Like everybody in this fandom and this stuff like that has got a lot of practice. And everybody's got their tweets and hashtags down fairly well. Why is everyone pissed about the storyboard? Didn't Zack talk about this? Yeah, he talked about it, but he didn't say it was going to be the end of the movie. He talked about it, but he never said it was going to be the end or the cliffhanger of Justice League Part 1. So when you give it context, it makes it an issue. For some. I mean, personally for me, I kind of already, I already put it together, but but I don't know, for some, that's some of the reasons that I've heard anyway. Power of Positivity, New Day Clap. So yeah, we did a couple things for Ben Affleck, or we did a couple of our posts and stuff, and I had to repost, or I had to post, excuse me, I had to post the awesome ass when the very first teaser we got for Batman versus Superman. That was to me one of the biggest ones out of all of them. And so I felt that the original posting here, the original drop of Batman versus Superman, that one that it's unfortunately in low grade footage and stuff like that. So it sucks. I was looking for a more high def version of the clip, but there we go. It took me forever to find this damn thing. A high definition version of the clip, I cannot find it. It does not exist. It'd be great if someone could find a high definition version of this. But thanks, Batfleck, because this, to me, at first I had some reserves about Affleck being Batman. I considered him to be kind of plain. I didn't really expect any intensity from him whatsoever. Not that I'm doubting his acting ability, but I kind of considered him, in some wrestling terms, vanilla. I mean, very generic, very basic. And I thought that's what we're going to expect. But no, when this teaser drops here, there's nothing basic about that. Batfleck forever for sure on this one. Yeah, it was exclusive San Diego Comic-Con footage, and that's when they didn't repost them or put them on YouTube. That's when they were keeping that stuff to themselves. Yeah, that sucks, and you can't get a high definition version of it. I cannot find one, and I'm curious if there's one out there. This damn thing's still playing. There is one. Damn it, they're going to move. There is a high definition version of that. That'd be interesting. I'd really appreciate if you can send us that shit. I'd be appreciative of that, because I really want a high definition version. Not what was in the movie, but that's a teaser. That's different than what was in the movie. Well, that's when Comic-Con used to be exclusive. And I think it was the 2016 is when they gave up. They gave up on Comic-Con being exclusive. It was 2016, because I remember it was not 2016, maybe it was 2015. Is when they gave up on Comic-Con being exclusive. Yeah, 2015, because that's when the Suicide Squad Bohemian Rhapsody trailer dropped. And they wanted and they wanted that trailer out, but not in the shitty version that it was. And so they put it out live. They put it out in high definition on YouTube. And then after that, WBDC has always just posted anything they showed at Comic-Con on YouTube. Made it not so exclusive anymore. Good old days, though, back when Comic-Con used to mean things. Yeah, it's going to be definitely interesting to see how this goes down. How some of it went down. Was it the I Started the Joke trailer? Okay, my bad. Maybe it wasn't the Bohemian Rhapsody one. Wait, what? Jarbo succeeding where Shane failed? Okay, I guess I'm not completely paying attention. What's going on in the chat right now? Oh man, yeah, you definitely. How does Dave do this, man? He just keeps going, man. I don't know how the hell he keeps bouncing around and shit. Because man, I start fucking going off track and shit. and not paying attention and start reading these things, and it's dead silence, man. Started was all air foot. Oh, okay, all right. 3-minute trailer of the Snyder Cut is going to blow everyone's mind next month. Yeah, DC fandom is going to be even bigger. It's crazy that we're getting so much back to back, but yet the movie is still looking like it's at least 6 months away at this point. So, man, take a shot. Yes, that sounds like a good idea, my friend. Dave has more stamina. Too many jokes running through my head there. Get Shane on the phone. I tried every aspect to get him on there, and but he's just too busy at this time. Things came up, so yeah. But he'll be there tomorrow for Justice Con. Again, we'll be on tomorrow on Dave the Film Junkie stream, and we're gonna roll right into Real Emotion stream with John Aaron Garza and Mr. Ben Everts. So we're gonna keep bouncing through those two, and Shadow Vessel. I told you I'd let you bounce off me. Oh man. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this one to myself there, man. Gonna make this a solo thing. Is Garza dating Grace? I heard he's carrying her. Yeah, well, I don't know if anybody watched that Vodka stream from a couple weeks ago, but Garza was getting fairly explicit about Grace. I don't think she's seen that one, or else I don't know if she'd be talking to him too much. Are you like actually Australian, or are you just like using that shit? Are you like one of those little hipster motherfuckers that use mate and shit and lad and all that crap? Like, is that what that is? Yeah, no, it's a good chair. It's a good chair, but damn, it just when you're doing these streams, because you don't want to be too far back from the mic, because then you're like this, and then I don't know, and then I look like I'm about to fall asleep if I start doing this shit. I mean, and then I can't read the screen, and I got to pull the screen and say, "Oh, you're from the UK. My bad. Whatever. All the same thing. Isn't that the same shit? I don't know. I'm American." You still don't know why Grace has you blocked on Twitter. She has everybody blocked on Twitter. But if you do get somebody to DM her for you, she will unblock you. It's like, I did see that. She was unblocking people. That if people asked nicely, they would get unblocked. I thought that was hilarious. Just so she could get more admiration for what was going on. Matt, what are some of the most anticipated parts, the Snyder Cut story / plot that you're looking forward to seeing? I'm really curious of the dark side stuff, the Euxis, the dark side stuff. What that's going to be interesting, because that's going to tell you a lot too, how far they're going with this one. And obviously, I want to see what the true resurrection story for Superman is, because the rushed nature of the theatrical cut, I just don't see how that's his version at all. And obviously, he even talked about that, like Superman's arc, Superman's story, his journey from resurrection to redemption and so forth. You can tell that that's a big deal to him. That was the point of the 5-movie arc, was Superman's story. And that got taken away from him. So I feel like this is his chance to kind of fix that. Man, are all you guys blocked by Grace? Jesus Christ. Oh my God, she unblocked Film Gob? Oh my God, all you guys that are blocked and Film Gob's not, you guys should feel terrible about yourselves. Maybe he's from Austria, mate. Another shrimp on the bobby. Anyway, that's why we put clips in, because I'm not very good at impressions. Oh, there you go, Robbie. You're not blocked. That's good. What's all the film stuff? Film sick as. You're also blocked by Grace. How are you people blocked by Grace? Holy shit! She must have ran a blockchain. She must have ran one of those blockchains, and you guys must be associated with somebody she blocked. That's the only thing I can think of, because I don't know how so many people are blocked by one person. I never was blocked by her. Yeah, I mean that's a good way to not get blocked. I asked her evidence on how Cavill is worse to work with, and she blocked me. I'm sure it wasn't that well put. All right, man. I'm sure you're not exactly. No, she specifically blocked me. I remember well. Oh, there you go, Jose. There you go. Do it before they can. Yeah, Zack used the hero's journey. That's what it is. That was, you know, whatever people talk about Snyder, but that was the basis. It was Henry Cavill's Superman, his hero's journey, and it was based around that. Matt, dude, where are you from, bro? I remember last year y'all went to Sacramento WizardCon, which is in my area. We are in Reno, Nevada. Nevada, not Nevada. God, you have no idea how annoying that is to see in movies when they say Nevada. It's Nevada. That's how you say it properly. And trust me, people that come here, like concerts and stuff like that, rock bands, comedians, if they say Nevada, the whole crowd yells at them, Nevada. They're stupid. There's bumper stickers on how to say it here. It's that bad. Oh, hell yeah, I watched the New Mutants. I've been anticipating New Mutants for 20 years now. It's going to be great. I've been waiting for this movie for I don't know how long. It was one of my most anticipated movies of all time. Not of all time. That was an exaggeration. It was one of my anticipated comic movies whenever it was supposed to come out. I think 2017, 18 maybe? 2018. Because at the time, we thought it was going to be rated R, and this was before Disney. So that was something that I was truly looking forward to, that it was going to be a more dark, gritty version of X-Men, and it was just going to be, you know, very hush-hush on that one. So yeah, I was looking forward to it, and I'm still curious which direction it's going to go. Is it going to go on Disney Plus? Is it going to... I mean, I guess they're going to try to put this thing out. They are determined to put it out. And I don't know how Disney is going to release it at all. Sup, Matt? Sup, Matt? I was blocked from my boss at work. Well, that's one way not to hear his dumb ass. Oh, potato. Fuck you. No, it's not. It's Nevada. There's a reason why. I'd have to show you guys the damn bumper sticker. You should see the bumper sticker for this. Oh, God. Cognitive dissonance. The new name of the fandom. Oh, man. You guys. Oh, okay. So I can roll into this, man. So the Matt Pat video, that took me so long to edit because of a couple factors. One, I was trying to get it down pretty well and trying to shorten it up as possible. Some people that are our patrons know how long that originally was. The original recording for that was 55 minutes. And yes, there is a lot of coordination of Shane and I going back and forth. So it's not like it's material necessarily. It's just us conversing back and forth on how to structure something, and it's still recording. So the original length of that thing was 55 minutes. So I had to cut it down and keep cutting it down. But I kept having to take breaks because the guy's voice, Matt Pat, was driving me up the wall. I couldn't stand his freaking voice, and I kept having to listen to it over and over again to insert the clips and adjustments and stuff like that. It was driving me nuts. I had to take so many breaks, and I had to keep putting it off, and it took so long to edit because of that. I I I couldn't keep going. So it took so much longer to put that out than I expected originally. And his voice just drove me up a goddamn wall. I couldn't take it anymore. And then there's some people that were defending that guy, and that we didn't do anything to prove him wrong. That we just said he was wrong. We didn't have any counter arguments. And I was just like, wow, that just really shows your bias. If you didn't hear any counter arguments in there, then wow, holy crap. That shows how much you fucking care. Again, I don't even know why you clicked on the video, because if you're already that freaking that freaking set on your opinion, why even click on the counter argument video? It was a great video. Thank you very much, sir. Release the Patreon cut. No, I was just informing some patrons that it was almost 55 minutes, and I had some screenshots and stuff like that of it. It's a long version, and it's long gone now. It's those ones don't get saved. Oh, you didn't even get your clout for telling you about the video? Craig does tell us about some of the videos, man. He does. I did see that one circling around before you, Craig. But yes, I will give you credit. You did tell us. And same thing with the Screen Crush one. You did inform us of that. But even though I came across the Screen Crush one in a different way. Yeah, the thing is that some of the things he's not necessarily wrong. Is there fanboys? Is there people that are going to blindly like the Snyder Cut no matter what? No matter what. Yeah, are there people that are going to blindly like it? Yes, duh. That's the I don't know why you needed to make a video about it to tell us that. That's what was kind of odd to me. It was like, okay. And then he's saying that HBO Max is using their system to get more money out of the Snyder Cut by breaking it up into 6 episodes. Yeah, no shit. Again, duh. I don't know why he made this video. That's what made no sense to me. It seemed like to me he wanted to show the obvious and then throw some extra things in there to make some extra jabs. As Shane and I talked about, it was like that test that he brought up was definitely to show that Snyder fans will make chicken salad out of chicken shit. That's clearly what he was trying to insinuate there, that it will be complete shit, but we'll still love it because it's complete shit. And that's what I took from it, and that's what Shane took from it, and that's exactly what he's saying. And he kept saying, no matter how bad it is, we objectively cannot see that it's a bad movie, which, again, he's talking about objective. A movie can be objectively bad, and that's why I made my joke about Captain Marvel. So, favorite Batfleck quote? There we go. Yeah, favorite Batfleck? Probably the breathing in. That's fear. You're not brave. Men are brave. I got chills when that first happened in the theatrical cut. That was just the ultimate fuck you line from Batman to Superman. What's up, Mr. Ping Pong Flicks? Mr. Chris Wong, where's Shane at? He had some family matters, not Urkel. Some family matters to take care of, so I had to do this one on my own. So unfortunately, yeah, he got caught up in some other things. Have you seen Mr. Sunday Movies, Caravan of Garbage Video, and BBS? They got a lot of things wrong on them too. I used to watch him a long time ago, and he drove me nuts. You could start. I don't know if these YouTubers don't think that people watch multiple videos of different creators, but when you start seeing the exact same points being brought up in the exact same manner over and over again, but just in that YouTuber style, you start thinking like, okay, well, then this guy's clearly not thinking for himself. He's going to a Reddit forum and just taking off material or whatever somebody is saying, and there's nothing new or unique about it whatsoever. I don't understand, if what they expect to accomplish by doing that. I guess it's the easier route, and that's how you can pump out content at a faster rate, is just taking other people's thoughts. I don't know. Maybe that makes it easier. Will Zack produce Suicide Squad 2 like he did with the first one? Well, I think the reason why he's producing Suicide Squad 1 was because Batfleck was in it. When you cast somebody and you're part of what they're doing, their story, you become a producer. That's why he's also a producer on Wonder Woman 84, even though he may not have too much to do on that one. But he did bring that up in the Grace Randolph interview, so maybe he is part of that a little bit more than we thought. But usually that just comes down to you cast this person, and he casted Batfleck, and that's why he was there. So it'd have to have a character in it that Snyder has casted, like the Flash and Batfleck were in the first one. So if they had a Flash in this one too as well, then yeah, he would probably be a producer as well. Thoughts on Jeremy Jahns, Angry Joe? Both are quite obnoxious at times. I like Jeremy Jahns. He feels genuine, but just kind of clueless sometimes on certain things. I think he is straight up a film critic, not a film analyst. And I'm not saying we're film analysts at all. He's definitely more of a film critic or a film observation. Angry Joe, I used to listen to him, and he loved Man of Steel, and then he went 180 on BVS. I never understood why. He did that. That always confused me why he did that. And then I don't know. He seems to be kind of on his own thing, though. I don't ever quite hear him repeat things, but yeah, he does get obnoxious at sometimes. Smallville versus Lois and Clark. Yeah, Smallville. Even though we never even got really Superman in that one. Yeah, Johns is more neutral. Angry Joe is a hater. Yeah, Johns, like I said, he's a film critic, not a film analyst. But you can see now that he's diving a little bit more into the rabbit hole about the Snyder Cut. You can see some of the gears turning a little bit for him. Did you like the end credit sequence in Aquaman 2019? Would you like the Snyder's deal to have something similar? I don't even remember the damn end credit scene for Aquaman with Black Manta coming out. Isn't that it? I don't even know. To be perfectly honest, I wasn't a big fan of Aquaman. I wasn't a big fan of that one at all. Oh, all that for CM mug shame. What's going on? What's going on with that? I got that mug right here, guys, which you can get at the Comic Movie Mark store in the description below, guys. Oh, wait. Okay, there we go. Beam hopefully something that's covering up something. It might be killed Shane. He said, oh, how did I miss that? Yeah. Yeah. If you guys don't realize that Shane has a very hyper family life by the fact that he looks like an old Labrador with his goatee and stuff, the dude's 32 years old and he's got a silver beard. Yeah, that should tell you a lot. I miss Chris Stuckman. What happened to him? Did he quit? Or did he just go off the rails? I saw him a couple times. I liked him, but he's a little monotone for me. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. So if anybody talks about, like, just look at his hairline and shit. Look at his he looks like an old Labrador from the front. Yeah, that guy is definitely, he's a hard worker, man. He spends his life at working for the kids, man. Yeah, I remember that guy. Isn't that someone that Stuckman promoted for a little bit? Yeah, I kind of vaguely remember him. To be honest, I really don't. I mean, Jeremy Jahns, I don't have many people that I actually look at for movie reviews because I've never really quite found I don't know. I never found a guy that I could completely like gel with on some of their stuff. You were on the wrong channel. Matt is not stuck. What? I keep missing these things. Yeah, the Matt Reeves Batman universe getting a GCPD thing, which I thought was awesome because it could be the real Gotham that we never got. I mean, Gotham was okay at first, but I never quite really got into it at all. And if I don't know if they could tie it with the movie and make a big villain in the background, and I kind of suggested like a Hush be the background villain, and you can see a GCPD's reaction to some of the things he does, and then in the movies you see Batman's reaction. You tie it all together into one big episodic like thing. I found that to be an awesome concept. Favorite DC character would be the Hal Jordan Green Lantern. $47. God damn. You are ancient, man. You know, that's kind of funny. Yeah. Do you believe a director's cut of Rogue One exists? All of the footage and the trailers, the cutting the room floor. Yep. Okay. See, this is Shane and I, we were even talking about doing a series about this, about the, I guess it would kind of be like the director's cuts that could be, because like Rogue One and Solo. So, you know, Goldstein and stuff, they got pulled off, even though they did 90% of principal photography. You know, with Rogue One, they filmed it all, but they changed the ending. And, you know, what would that actual ending be in that version? Basically, from what I understood, was that they still live. That was like the only thing is they changed the ending. They would actually survive it somehow. And the Vader fight scene at the end was a reshoot, which to me is like one of the most epic things of that movie. It really ties the end of that movie in the beginning of New Hope. It ties it together really, really well. So yeah, but that was definitely a concept that Shane and I has always have been looking at, is the potential of director's cuts and what they could have been. You know, Fantastic Four, the Trank cut, and you can even go back farther. Obviously, that goes back long distance there. On what director's cuts. I think what sparked that idea for me was a movie called Event Horizon by Paul W. Anderson, and I believe it was Paul W. Anderson. I'm sorry, but he filmed a completely different movie, a really dark, bloody movie, and they had to change a lot of things in the movie. And when it came down to the fact that he might be able to make a director's cut much later, the footage was damaged and he could never do it. So he was never able to complete his cut of the movie. So when I heard that, I always thought it'd be a really cool idea to like look into director's cuts and what they could have been or what they should have been. Thank you, Mr. Ping Pong Fucks. What do you hope for the clip announcement of Zack's dropping tomorrow? Personally, for me, I am gonna go with OG Steppenwolf design. I want to see what progress they've made and what they've changed with that. I'd like to see that. As much as I would like to see Black Suit Superman, you know, in that, I would like to see the Steppenwolf design. I think that's what fans that been wanting the Snyder cut, I think that's one of the big deals for them, is to get that original version of Steppenwolf out there. I want to see something with that. Yep, it was Anderson. Yep. Okay, yeah. Solo and green film, it was released. The footage was too dark, poor lighting. Yeah, but you don't know how much was changed. I mean, I don't know how much was changed. When you're doing reshoots, how well is the cinematography when you're doing reshoots? And we saw that with Justice League. The Justice League reshoots, lighting and everything are garbage. Yeah, I mean, you could see green screen and Jason Momoa's eyes, for fuck's sake, in some of the scenes. It's just really bad. Would have. I mean, that's what it is. And you got to look into this. It's something that we're definitely going to look into later on doing, especially around the time frame when Snyder drops his, because it's going to, it's just more topical. And so I want the Kimber Cuck of Dark Kimber cut of Dark Phoenix. Unfortunately, Disney even buried it. Yes, Disney ain't gonna do shit. The JJ cut, anything like that. Unfortunately, yeah, Disney controls some of these. Obviously, Rogue One, Solo, Dark Phoenix, all those ones. Unfortunately, Disney controls, and Disney ain't putting any extra effort in anything. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know. You never know. Maybe the Snyder cut will reinvigorate Hollywood into thinking they can put some extra money into something and do it. Yeah, hopefully that's not exactly. That's hopefully something we can do later on. Thank you, Marcus. What a film indeed. I know Mr. Ping Pong Fucks in the comments section there. I know he said he wasn't that big of a fan of Godzilla 2014 just because of the pullaways when they tease the fights. But to me, the Godzilla 2014 is absolutely amazing. I love that movie. I love the way it looks. I love everything about it. And I don't know. I've always try to figure out if it was because we're wrestling fans, Shane and I, because we both love it. And it's that buildup. It's that WrestleMania buildup that you get at the end of a movie. What happens, same thing with wrestling. Maybe a light touch and go away. But by WrestleMania, the big action happens. And, yeah, that's what I love it. I do have one more topic because I've been going off, and it's in the damn thumbnail, so I got to talk about it a little bit, at least, because I went completely off the rails here, reading all the comments and and shit like that. But I did want to talk about the air cut reaching over 1,000 tweets. Woohoo! 100,000 tweets talking about the air cut. And I think, and the released the air cut page made this a big deal. And from the things that Shane and I both have heard is that it looks like it's going to happen. We are going to get the air cut. It's something that's in the works right now. Hopefully almost pen to paper pretty soon here to get it going. The question I think is, though, when does it come out? And is HBO Max doing this as maybe a slight desperation move to get content now because they're not able to produce that content and they're running out of things, and the air cut takes very little work to get done? It would probably just be released as a movie. They probably wouldn't try to do anything episodic or anything like that. I don't think it'd be tomorrow, but DC Fandom, because that's more Justice Con. That's more related around Zack Snyder and his cast and crew. But DC Fandom, it would surprise me if we don't hear something, at least something, or something coming up to it, leading into Fandom. Yeah, it's very interesting times, man, that we're in right now. That WB and AT&T are just saying, well, AT&T, WB is a bunch of assholes. Garza says it's already a done deal. Garza says a lot of shit. No one believes him. What if I told you I was Garza's source? No. Yeah, that's what we're hearing as well. It's pretty much going. But like, when does it get released though? When do they put it in? The other thing is though, with the air cut is HBO Max. How long are they going to wait until they get full distribution everywhere? Like that's always been my thing. It's like it's just now in the States. Do they want to put something like that on HBO Max without access to more people? Because it's only in the States, so you don't have any European. You don't have anything over in Europe. You don't have anything in Latin America. Huge demographics of people. What do? Do you wait for that, or do you release it on a different format? Yeah, that's my thing, is that I think they got to push and get that damn thing released on more platforms, get it outside the States before they start releasing some of these bigger properties. Yes, Matt V. Garza, Dawn of Clout. Dun 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 dun. Oh, Mr. Russ Barnes, video on demand too. Could very well be that as well. Release it now, I'm bored. Is that a new hashtag, Chris? Hashtag release it now, I'm bored. I remember Garza was against campaign awareness for the Snyder Cut. People still listen to that guy. Okay, I don't know anything about that. Wait, what is Chris talking about? We are talking about the air cut. Yeah, what is a done deal? It's pretty much pen to paper at this point, and it's just they're waiting on a moment to release it, and or at least announce it. And I think DC Fandom is probably a very realistic time to announce the air cut. That was what the big push was on Monday, and it got over 100,000 tweets just off short campaign notice too. Again, the way this fandom works is just crazy. Yeah, I think that's exactly pirating. See, that's my issue. That's always been my concern is you want these properties to do as well as possible. You want them to, because that's what keeps this stuff going, guys. And that's the approach. More people buy it, bigger demand, more supply. So that's what I've always wanted, but I've always been worried if they don't have the proper channels to release this stuff, people are just going to pirate the shit out of it. So hopefully they get there sometime soon. Oh, thank you. All right, I'll definitely check that out here shortly. It was in his 40 million article. Didn't they say it was like 30 million though to get the movie done? Maybe more. I don't know. Seems like you got that right. And the Hollywood Reporter article, they said it'd take 20 to 30 million to get it done, maybe more. And Greenblatt said it would be even more. So I don't know. Oh yeah, you already clicked on that one. Yeah, man. They, something in October, maybe more, maybe something like that. I mean, that would make sense to me. Depending what's going on. I mean, there's a very likelihood that it's going to be first quarter of next year. So for the Zack Snyder's Justice League. VPNs are very, very, very important. Yeah, it started going up when he wanted to start doing more. When you start taking some of that assembly footage that he hasn't even worked on yet from that 5-hour assembly cut to make this thing even longer, yeah, budget's going to start going up. And doing additional photography. God, I love Chris Wong. Okay. Streaming. HBO Max. All HBO Max. Eventually, this stuff will come out on Blu-ray. Everything will come out on Blu-ray sooner or later. If Blu-ray even exists when it all comes out. But it will all come out on hard copy sooner or later. Physical media. Because they're going to double dip. And they'll make even more money on stuff. Yeah, that was another thing he was talking about with Grace Randolph was the VFX work. How he had it all set up. So... yeah, it's that additional photography that it's going to hold him up. But a couple people have said already first quarter of 2021. So 2021. That's for sure. I mean, unfortunate things would have to happen, I think, for it to get pushed any farther than that. HBO Max needs to get 4K, Dolby, and everything. Yeah, that's one thing that blew me away was I have 7.1 on my surround sound system, and when I first started playing stuff, everything sounded weird because I'm like, what the hell is going on? Like the noise doesn't sound right at all, and I realized because they're only doing it in 5.1 and they only got basic HD. So that actually did really surprise me. It was 5.1, so it throws off my speakers and actually makes it hard to hear a little bit because the way the noise is being distributed through the 5.1 when it's supposed to be 7.1. Turned out I was too slow. Too slow? Too soon? Okay. Was Snyder in a panel talking earlier? I missed it. Got links. He had an interview with Grace Randolph. That was what we were talking about for a little bit here. He did an interview with Grace Randolph, and tomorrow he will be part of JusticeCon. Be sure to check that out. Check out your local listings for JusticeCon, and be sure to subscribe to the JusticeCon YouTube channel. I will eventually add a link into the description for that as well. And to kind of end it off this, because we're going to wrap this bad boy up, tomorrow Shane and I both will be on JusticeCon panels with Dave the Film Junkie, and then we will roll right over to the Real in Motion with Mr. John Aaron Garza and Mr. Ben Everett. So we will be max streaming tomorrow, and this thing will be full of jolly goodness. HBO Max still beat Disney. Yeah, they got more in their earnings, obviously, because though some of that is a little bit of the fact that their streaming service costs double what Disney Plus did. Yeah, the Roku thing. I think I just saw that. HBO Max needs to be on Roku. Yeah, there's a lot of things that they need to get ironed out beforehand. Before this stuff, these big projects like the Air Cut and the Snyder Cut get released. Time for the JusticeCon stuff? Is that what you're talking about? I'll try to post a link somewhere. Some of those things are, depending what you're talking about. If you're talking about the Zack Snyder panel or something like that, there's a whole listing. But just subscribe to the JusticeCon YouTube page, and it has already all the live streams up there, and it'll tell you your time too because there's a time difference. Because of the time difference, I'll be drinking with you, but at noon my time. Fucking Chris is gonna get sloshed in the afternoon. Woo! Come here, kids. Daddy's you gotta help Daddy walk to the bathroom. All right, guys. I think it's going to wrap it up for me. I am dying in here. I can't believe I went over an hour by myself. This was extremely hard. Sorry about the running solo on this one. It is a tough thing to do by yourself. I don't know how Dave the Film Junkie does these things. This is really tough to go by yourself on this one. I guess I'm so used to bouncing off of Shane and having topics and everything. I barely stayed on topic list at all. I just kept reading the comments and answering those. Maybe that makes it more interesting for you guys. Keeps people more engaged. I'll actually be at work a little bit tomorrow too as well, while a lot of these things are going as well, Mr. Ramsey. It sucks. Vodka stream tonight? I don't know, man. I already did this one, and I think Colbert will kill me. I think he's already kind of teetering on the edge that he wants to strangle me through the webcam when I start making fun of his long-winded moments. So we'll see. If Dave sends the invite, maybe I'll do it. Maybe not. Oh, is it in 40 minutes? God damn. I don't know about that. Maybe I'll come later on the vodka stream when I'm already lightened up and ready to go. Sausage party. Calling sick, Matt? Nah. This is OT. This is double time. You don't call in for double time. It was fun to say hi to Shane. I definitely will. I like all the little like pats on the shoulder. You did okay, for trailer trash and not knowing what the hell you're doing. You did all right. You did all right, kid. All right, I think that's gonna call it, guys. I think I'm about to hit that in broadcast button. So, make sure you check out Justice Con tomorrow. It's going to be epic. Subscribe to the Justice Con YouTube page. They already have all the live streams set up. Everybody that you want to hear with Jay Oliva, Fabian Wagner, obviously Zack Snyder himself, other people sprinkled in there of greatness. Definitely check it out. In case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.